Hi, this is Ann Kennedy from SES Chicago, and I'm standing here with Shari Thurow and Eric Enge, and we have just wrapped up a panel with both of you on authorship and author rank, and it was really very interesting because this is a new signal that Google is asking us to do to help them sort out who are the really authoritative speakers. So, what do you think are the top 3 important things to do, real quick, 10 words or less, each of you? Let's start with Shari.
First of all, determine if your target audience genuinely uses Google+. Second, determine if your authors even care about Google+. And third, if they do, then definitely implement the authorship guidelines that Google actually puts on its website.
Okay, Eric?
Okay, so I would go with implementing the rel author tagging, which is what the guidelines are talk about for allowing Google to track your authorship. For your website, I would look at implementing rel publisher, which is a thing that helps Google track the authority of your site overall. And then the third thing I'd say is make sure that in all of this that you don't get lost in the sauce about oh, gee, what SEO stuff is going on, and instead focus on how you're building your authority as an author online.
Okay, so we see these sites and links in the SERPs that have been author tagged, and a lot of them have pictures, and some conventional, if it can be conventional on something so new, wisdom is that you have to have a really good Google Plus profile picture to go there. What do you think? What has been your experience? I'll start with Eric this time.
So I've certainly seen scenarios where having your picture in the search results increases click-through rate. Don't talk about ranking because there's nothing to do with ranking. But there are plenty of scenarios where it doesn't. So an example is if you're selling an iPhone case and there's a picture in the Google results for some person's picture there, and the person really just wants to buy an iPhone case, they're going to be less likely to click on that. So I think you need to understand that. But I think if you are producing quality content and you have the right audience for it, then it's worth having the tagging in place so your picture is shown.
So, Shari, you actually did some research on this with a couple of major clients. You want to talk about those results?
Sure. We actually, when Google first started putting photos in search results of authors, one of my clients is a very large medical publisher, and they were an early adopter. So one of the things they tested was, does the photo of the doctor, of the researcher, make people click more? And also, does being in more Google Plus circles affect whether or not people click more? And what they found was that it made absolutely no difference at all. And you would think that if a picture of a doctor or a researcher or a scientist would matter for people, for example, who might be a caregiver for breast cancer or a patient who has breast cancer, but it actually made no difference at all. And if you go to search results right now, you won't see a lot of author photos. What was most important to the users was the presence of their keywords being highlighted in the search listings.
In terms of the click-through?
Absolutely.
Okay, so keywords, photo, it sounds like in some ways they're both important, but tell me, is this our silver bullet for search now, at least for authors? I don't know about you, but I've been having people ask me for a silver bullet for getting better search results for 10 years. So,
I would say no, it's not a silver bullet. There's no evidence at all that Google is using a concept that we in the industry call author rank. Google doesn't use that term. Google refers to it as authorship. Might they use that in the future? I believe they will, but it won't be tied specifically to your Google Plus profile. It'll be tied more to an assessment of the authority or the relevance of your content to people searching on that kind of thing. Rel Author might help them do that, but they can't rely on that solely because too many people aren't using it.
and I think what you were talking about supports that as well.
Yeah, we find that in Google, and the research comes from Google, Yahoo, and Bing, that what people are really looking for is if they type those words into a search engine, they need to see those words in a search result. And if they don't see those words or similar words in the search result, no picture is going to change that. No image is going to change that. So to me, the silver bullet it's still the right words.
So that's it for us for AuthorRank on this third day of SES Chicago. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you all again next year.